Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're doing very well. This is just a quick sort of mini vlog I thought I'd do just to sort of celebrate 200 subscribers. Yes, thank you very much everyone who's subscribed to the channel so far, and I hope you enjoyed being here. Hopefully you've been watching the last few videos, been put up the last couple of days, and they've been kind of entertaining for me, I think, so far. I've really enjoyed getting back into the YouTube sort of thing after Christmas, and it's as much hard work as it's been. I've actually really enjoyed it this week, so thanks everyone who has watched the video this week. So let's talk. So we've, after all this YouTube crap that's happening on recently, just sort of was a little bit down at first, but then started talking to a lot of people who are in the same situation on Twitter and Facebook. So there's lots of different groups and communities that are sort of just, well, we're all in this together, let's go out and do something about it, which was a brilliant idea, really good idea. So I've joined a lot of groups now, and I think that's where a lot of these subscribers have actually come from, which is great. So lots of people all in the community together, all talking together, and hopefully we're able to support each other. So I'm going to go watch loads of channels after I've done this vlog, and hopefully lots of people watch my stuff, so it'll be cool. So, that's out of the way. So, this week I've been playing two different games, two new games, and I also picked up something very special. So I thought I'd do a little vlog to sort of show it off and talk about it. First game was Monster Hunter World. I did a mini video with it with Joe, Jason and Panda, so if you haven't checked that out yet, there's a little eye right there which will link you to the video, just there. God, this is hard to do, I've never done this before. Yeah, so I did a little mini video that we did there with hunting one of the early monsters in the game, well, two of the early monsters in the game, there's two of them. Yeah, that was fun. Great to sort of get back into the Monster Hunter world again and start just hunting monsters. It's as simple as it sounds, and collecting materials and stuff. It's just such a fun game to do, you know. It's just one of those you can go in with your friends, and then all of a sudden you're fighting 3 beasts at once, and it's just crazy. So yeah, really enjoyed Monster Hunter. I think what they've done with the game graphically and gameplay wise, it's actually really turned out really well. There's nothing too over the top in there. There's some really weird new monsters, but I think that is part of Monster Hunter itself as a Japanese sort of game. They do overemphasize the actual beasts themselves, and it's just so good. It's so fun. I like all the sort of weapons. I like the old games. If you played the 3DS games, you probably know what you're doing with Monster Hunter World. There's not much more to it, if I'm honest, but I think in terms of things like the crafting items and things like that, they have actually upgraded it a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to work with, and there's a lot more tutorial sort of sections which are now with bits of speech rather than just text heavy, and I think that was one of the problems with the 3DS versions of Monster Hunter. It was just very, very text heavy. You've got to read everything to understand everything. If you miss something, you could miss a big chunk of the game. Whereas this one, it does sort of speak you through the whole game, tell you what you're doing and stuff like that. So that's cool. But yeah, really enjoy Monster Hunter. Highly recommend it, especially if you're big on online friends and that, and loads of friends online you want to play with. Yeah, pick it up, get playing, go for a hunt the big Rathalos guy. If that's Rathalos, I don't know. Who knows? But that's one of the big monsters on there. It's just worth checking out, and yeah, really good game. Really good game. Another game we picked up this week was DragonBall FighterZ, with fighter with a Z, with a Z, Z in the UK. Yeah, another great game. I tried to sort of describe this to people before, but it's probably the best looking anime to video game games I've seen in the last 5-6 years. I like Dragon Ball. You know, I'm not going to say I'm huge, massive on it all the time. I've watched the series, and you know, Vegeta is Vegeta, best character. But yeah, the game itself, it's got its own story mode, complete new story mode, like similar to what they did with Xenoverse. But the Xenoverse was a little bit a little bit problematic in the gameplay. In FighterZ, I think they've actually hit it spot on with what they needed. Literally, it balances with the competitive scene and the casual scene. I think they the way they've done it, the button presses aren't that hard to do, especially for the early characters anyway. I've sort of picked up the game quite early, and I believe it's one that anyone can sort of pick up and play and enjoy it. But at the same time, it's visually stunning for a game of that caliber. Fighting wise, it is excellent. You basically 3-on-3. You choose 3 characters each, and online is basically 3-on-3 facing each other. But it's sort of the best way to describe it, sort of Marvel vs Capcom meets Dragon Ball Z, and it sort of puts all those sort of aspects into one, and it's a really good game. And I'm a casual fighting game player. I'm not competitive at all. Maybe occasionally Smash, but I'm not really that good at it, if I'm honest. So, but yeah, as a casual player, I'm really enjoying it, and it's just the story mode has just kept me going on it. It's really fun. There's like 3 different sections of different timelines you can go through, and yeah, lots more still to do on that game. Both Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball have suffered the last couple of days with issues, mainly to online itself. It's just not been. It's been a bit finicky in both games. There's patches to come basically to fix the problems. I believe. I think Monster Hunter will probably get fixed quicker than Dragon Ball Z, but hopefully we'll see some patches that will sort out all the issues, the underlying problems, and like connection dropouts and things like that. So I think the one main problem with Dragon Ball itself is that even the story mode, you've got to be online. So I don't quite understand why that is. It doesn't really make much sense, so hopefully they'll sort that out in the future. Okay, so I did pick up some else this week, which was quite cool. As you do at Christmas, you get loads of vouchers and things, so I got an absolute ton of Amazon vouchers, which was like, what should we spend them on? And this week, Amazon also had like a £10 off for the Big Thanks code. I don't know if you can still use that, but it's worth having a look. If you buy anything on Amazon, try the code Big Thanks, all in capital letters, and you get like a tenner off whatever you want, basically. So I picked up something. I picked up this Super Nintendo Classic Minis. Yep, so I got that this week. I don't know if it's clear off the screen properly. Anyway, I've got that. And here's the actual console itself. Literally fits right in the palm of your hand, so it's quite small. Literally that's all it is. You plug it in. I don't know if you can see this. You've got 2 plugs on the bottom. You've got power there. Oh god, this is bad. This is weird doing backwards. Power there, and a HDMI cable plugged straight into your TV, and done. That's it. Easy, eh? So you've got a little power button, just like the original SNES. There's a little flicker, and there's a reset button which basically takes you back to the main menu in game, and you can choose any of the 20 games in there. 21 games, because there is one extra game that they've added to this, which was never released on the Super Nintendo originally. It was Star Fox 2. So played that this week and actually completed it. Well, completed one run of it. So, if you call that completed, I don't know. There's a 100% chance thing. And I don't know. Yeah. I can see the influence from Star Fox Zero from this game. There's a lot of using the walkers, the little chicken walker-like things in Zero, where you transform your A-wing into that. They use that heavily in Star Fox 2. Like you go into base areas, and you can literally walk around the base as a walker, and it actually works really well in this game compared to Star Fox Zero. It just didn't really work control-wise in that game. But in Star Fox 2, he seems to have the right control methods, and he's got the sort of hunting areas. You've got to find buttons to open doors and things. It's not quite the same as Lilac Wars is the superior by far in terms of graphics and gameplay and everything. But it is a really good fun game in terms of like as a SNES game. You know, it's a bit of a disappointment that it was never released before. But hey ho, as they say. Hey ho. Overall though, I got this. I'm saying 28 quid. So taken £10 off, added like 3-4 quid for postage and packaging, and then I took like 35 quid's worth of vouchers off of it. So overall it was pretty good result for me. I think I can't complain with that. The only issue I sort of come across myself is because we've got the power thing here, it's actually a USB cable. So it goes from here and the other end is a USB cable. Don't get a power pack with the Snes Mini, which is kind of really annoying if I'm honest. Don't know why. I think it's an extra 10 I'd buy it online, or I think some shops do stock them, but the chance of getting hold of them now is going to be quite difficult. But yeah, if you are getting a Snes Mini anytime soon, I'd suggest picking one up, or a similar one from another retailer. I've got the Apple plug, but I don't know if that would really work as well, so I'm not really that sure about testing it on that. It would probably do the job, but hey. Other than that, enjoying most of the SNES games. It's nice to play them again. Played a bit of Super Punch Out. I played Mega Man X, which I've never played before, so that was quite fun to play that game. I've never really been that into Mega Man. Never really got into the series, if I'm honest. I did play Mega Man 2 for NES originally. I think maybe very many years ago. But other than that, hey ho, who knows? So yeah, other than that, guys, I think that's pretty much sums it all up. Just saying again, thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. It's you know, thank you very much. That's all I can say. Hopefully you continue to watch more stuff on the channel. If there's anything you want to share and talk about in the comments below, if there's anything you want to do with this vlog, maybe do like a weekly vlog and keep it going and see how it goes. It's just quite difficult to sort of get yourself in front of the camera and motivate yourself to do it, I think. But we'll try this, see how it goes, and if people are interested, maybe I'll carry on doing it. So there you go. Right, to celebrate 200 subscribers, in the description below there is one random Steam code for a random game. You find it, you put the code on first, you can have the game. Just for you, just because of 200 subscribers. Wow. Thanks guys. See ya. Shout out to NicoCW for the fantastic music, and please, if you're interested, please subscribe. Love you, leave you. Bye.